Good morning, Covenant. I'm Ashley. Thanks again for joining us for another morning of prayer. I'd like to start with the Bible verse. It comes from Psalms chapter 55, verse 22. Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. And I feel like right now, this verse, more than anything, holds relevance. Recently, the Covenant staff went through a seminar together, and it was a leadership summit, and they shared statistics of anxiety. Prior to the pandemic, it was somewhere in the teens for all the people that suffer with anxiety. And now it is over 40% of people suffer from anxiety. And if you think about it, you can be in a room full of people, and almost half of those people are suffering with anxiety. And actually, I am one of those people, so I get it, and I totally understand. But when I read this verse, instantly I'm thinking, yes, He's going to sustain me. And I hope that even if you're not suffering from anxiety, just if you're suffering from everyday troubles, you can read this verse and you can be assured that He is with you. You can cast your cares on Him. You can tell Him anything that you need to, and He's going to listen, and He's ultimately going to give you the best outcome. And just kind of seeing and, what's going on in the world right now. It's hard not to know what's going on with all the social media outlets, with all the news outlets, and then you take all of that and you mix it in with your day-to-day life. We've got, kids going back to school, parents experiencing empty nest for the first time in their lives, people with marriage troubles, people with financial burdens, all these things, and they're just piling on top of each other. And they're accumulating, not to mention that we're in a worldwide pandemic right now. We went through a pretty rough patch last year, and I'd say into this year, it's continuing on. And so that anxiety it seems like it's just constantly piling on top of each other. But I have to stop and remember personally, I've got to talk to God. I've got to sit down and make time, because ultimately He's going to be the one that sustains me. He's going to give me that stability to keep going forth through each day, because in my line of work, I have to be around a lot of people, and sometimes I do get overwhelmed. Sometimes I do let, my anxiety kind of get the best of me. Sometimes I'd rather be laying in bed and kind of zoning out and tuning out, but that's not how the world works. That's not getting me to my next step of life. So I have to, sit down, talk to God, give Him those anxieties, not just pray about them. I'm talking about releasing them to Him. Because if we're not releasing these anxieties, if we're just saying this is what's going on, and then we go about our day and we don't listen to the message that He has for us, then there's no sense in us sitting down and trying to get rid of the anxiety, because we're not actually presenting it to Him. We're not saying, God, I know I can't, but You can. You can give me a better way of handling life day to day, of, I don't think we can get away from the social media outlets, and I don't think we can get away from the news outlets, but we can kind of push those aside and listen to Him and hear what He has to say of our best way of handling these things. So when you find yourself in a time where you are anxious, where things just aren't falling into place correctly, He's going to sustain you. You just need to sit down and talk to Him and lay it all out for Him. You've got to be sure that you're presenting it to Him in a matter of, I'm releasing this to You, God, and I have faith that You're going to fix this.